Hello. So this will be an interesting vlog, I think. I'm putting this in between my next video of that skirt because I had to stop on that skirt. I was working on a quinceañera dress for somebody and it was just so massive. And I was doing a cape for someone too, which I just finished. They were like both big pieces, but the quinceañera dress was like, it just took up my whole studio, and I had to end up sewing partly in my kitchen and just using my sewing room to store this dress as I was trying to finish it. So like, that's why I haven't had an update on that skirt, because I got this quinceañera dress in, and I could, and apart from that, I will have to put a disclaimer that I cannot work with a dress that the whole fabric is like glitter, basically. After I finished that dress, it took me, and I'm still finding glitter, about, I mean, obviously every time I worked on it and it dropped glitter and I would put it away for the night, I would mop and sweep and all that. But like after I was done, it took me like 4 days to kind of just try and clean it out of my house, you know, like exorcise the demon like out of my house. And I'm still finding traces of glitter here and there. So I think I am never going to work on a glitter. Yeah, and the thing about it too is that as I was trying to do other people's little things like hems and stuff, it took longer to do that because I had to make sure that my spaces were completely clean, because the dress contaminated other people's stuff. So like it took longer to like do things. So like, sorry, like long explanation. I will start working on my Temu AI skirt again very soon. I just couldn't do anything with it. It's got glitter on it too, which you'll see when I go to iron this thing. You're gonna see me shake off all this glitter. It contaminated my Temu skirt too. Very cute dress, by the way. I did if you look on my Instagram, I did a replica doll dress of it for the birthday girl too. But yeah, dude, I'm not good. I mean, I don't mind doing something that has a little bit of glitter on the trim, but that dress was like all glitter, and I just can't do that. This and like I would think like in all the years I've been doing this, I would have known this, right? But this, I had to sit down and think to myself, this is the first time I've dealt with a dress that I think it was just like all glitter. It was just glitter on mesh. That's what it was. So yeah, so crazy. If you work on stuff like that, don't do it, or get hazard pay or something for glitter, because dude, I'm never doing that again. As God is my witness. Anyways, so the point of this vlog is to update you about that. That's why I haven't had one, because it's taken me about a month or so to get this dress underway. And then I finished the cape that I was just talking about too, because that's also a big piece. And that was even scarier too, because it's all black and the gold and the glitter is gold. So I've had a hard time trying to like keep this dress from contaminating other people's stuff. But like I said, I'm done. You see me here, I'm folding clothes. So another part of this vlog, which when editing Sarah pops in, I'll go ahead and put like a timestamp of if you want to just skip this whole introduction or disclaimer about the Temu AI skirt videos. So I'm gonna go to Phoenix this weekend really quick, and not really gonna have time to do anything or even see family. So I had posted a short a while ago, and it was about a Pioneer Boombox from the 80s that I acquired. Now I'll be straight with you guys, and you're gonna be very jealous of me. I got this boombox for free, okay? A friend and I went through an estate. It wasn't an estate sale. It was like an estate, estate free sale. The realtor needs to get this house cleared out immediately type of deal. I run into these every so often. This was the first one that I did that, me and my friend kind of had a really good score. And I don't know if I've told this story before, but like we found a lot of stuff in this house, and I kind of begged him. I was like, please let me just keep this boombox, because he knows that I collect cassette tapes, and I told him I've been looking for a working cassette player. I just like, this would be for me. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. So I kept it, and unfortunately the cassette player from the get-go didn't work. So but the radio worked. And it's like, I would take this outside in the back when I would cut grass. Like, the sound is something that I didn't think, or maybe I knew and I forgot, because it's been a long time since I've used an actual like boom box to listen to music outside, because normally it would be like a Bluetooth speaker with my phone. But the sound quality it's uncomparable. Okay, it's an amazing sound. It has all these different tuner presets and things you could tweak, like just to get the sound right. You could plug in a microphone in it. It's an amazing model. I have a short of it, not too far down, if you want to take a look at what I'm talking about. So I had been wanting to get this boombox fixed. This will be like a fold along with me, okay? So I want to get this boombox fixed. The normal place that I would go here in town, last time I took a DVD VCR combo to them and a TV that had a VCR in it. I took them both at the same time, and I got back the TV with the VCR fixed, and then I was like, and my DVD VCR, which was on my receipt, right? The intake receipt had what I dropped off, and the guy's just like, what? I'll find it. Yeah. Bullshit, dude. I think they stole my DVD VCR combo. And I let it go because I also got that one for free. A Facebook friend gave me like 2 of them for free. So so I have another one. So anyways, so I had been kind of holding off on getting my boombox fixed, because I was like, because I looked it up on eBay, and on eBay it goes for like $1,200, maybe even more if like everything's working in perfect condition. And I was like, there ain't no way in hell I'm taking this boombox to those dudes. Hell no, dude. I'll have to put like an air tag in it or something, So I've been kind of like holding off on it, and finally I was like, I think it popped up in my feed one day, like some vintage boombox group, and I had bought some bands to try and repair the tape deck on my own, because it wasn't spinning or anything. And I joined this vintage boombox group, and I was talking about it. I was like, has anyone ever worked on this model? Is it really hard? Because I know maybe 2% about electronics. I took an electronics class in high school. I can tell you the difference between like resistors and capacitors and things like that, and read what the value is on these things with the colored bands, but that's about it. And of course, to discharge yourself on like metal before you touch electronics, because I have fried a computer that way. So anyways, so I was asking people in this group, and this one guy's like, hey man, if you don't want to do it, if you get scared, you got to use this dude. And he tagged him, and he was like, oh yeah, I've worked on this model before. I have one of my own. And he's like, I kind of modded it, and I put Bluetooth in it and all this stuff. And I was like, I was kind of, what would be the word? Disillusioned. I was just kind of like, okay, but like, I'm in a weird part of the United States. And I told everyone in the group about my DVD VCR combo thievery from the local repair shop. So they're like, what the fuck? No, use this guy. And then I asked the guy, because he's like, yeah, I've worked on this model before. And I go, well, where are you based, man? He's like, I'm in Scottsdale. And I was like, oh. I was like, well, sometimes my husband works in Phoenix, and Scottsdale, Mesa, Gilbert, Arizona. Like it's all relatively kind of in the same spot, more or less, right? Maybe like a 45-minute drive or whatever. So I was like, okay, actually, this might work. So the following week, I got in contact with this repair guy. I had my husband's coworker, because he went to Phoenix for work. He did me the favor and he dropped off the boombox with this repair guy. And yeah, he went to work on it. He was so thorough. And when I tell you he was so thorough, he was like, he'd play it for like 8 hours while he was in his studio, and then it would start making a scratchy sound. He's like, oh, let me go check out this board on this side. Why is it only scratched? Like, he was so thorough. I mean, eventually, as things came up, the price on repair went up a little bit, but I didn't mind, obviously, because like I just told you guys, I got this thing for free. So like whatever, like I want this radio fixed. So he got it fixed. He explained to me what he had to do to access the tape deck, which was like buried behind 3 motherboards. Like I tried to do this initially, like take it apart, and I encountered the first motherboard and I tried to take it off, and then I saw there were like multiple layers beneath it, and I freaked out, and I was just like, oh my God, I hope I didn't break this. I can't do this. Like I started freaking out, So I put it back together, and lo and behold, I didn't zap it. So it still worked. So the guy fixed it. He did a great job on it. I mean, I can't begin to tell you how good this freaking boombox sounds. I'm so excited because I have all these cassettes that I find and collect over the years when I go to thrift stores or real estate grabs. And I have all these cassettes and I can't play them, and I'd love to play it in my backyard, like when we're cutting grass or working in the backyard. Like it's just such an amazing piece of electronic equipment. Like I can't sing it. I can't talk more about it. Like if you're an audiophile and you know about this Pioneer boombox, like So he could have shipped it back to me, but I'm so paranoid that it would get damaged in transit. I was like, it's fine. You're like 6 hours away from me. I'll go ahead and I'll pick it up. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm doing my laundry. I'm going to pack our bags because this weekend we're going to go pick it up from him in Scottsdale. And I already have something else that I want him to fix. I was like, because first I told him to fix my DVD VCR combo, because I tried to fix it and it wasn't playing. It was spitting out tapes. So I kind of cleaned it up and I was able to produce an image on the TV at first. And I was like, oh my God, I fixed it. And then I realized that when I hit play, it's just stuck in fast forward. So I was like, oh my God, like, can I just fix it? But actually, I'm going to take him an old General Electric, like egg beater mixer to mix pancakes thingies with, electric mixer. He was like, a DJ equipment? And I'm like, no, it's a kitchen appliance. He's like, I've never worked on an electric mixer before, but bring it in. Maybe I can fix it. So those little things, if he can fix it, I'll just pay him to ship it back to me. Like, it's just a mixer. But the whole point of this vlog is, I mean, this was like the longest intro ever, right? But I had to tell you the story of this Pioneer boombox. So I'm gonna pack our bags. I have to drop off the dogs with my relatives tomorrow. They're gonna watch them over the weekend, and then we'll take a little trip to go get my radio. Next time you see me, we'll be on the road. So we drove in into the night. I do have some relatives in Phoenix, so you'll see here I'm eating at the Sicilian Butcher. I met up with my cousins, and we had a meatball Ferris wheel. Very interesting. Also to kill some time, because we arrived about
a day or so early. We went to this drive-through flea market in, I think this was Glendale. Apparently it's an actual working drive-in theater and they show movies here. Of course, I didn't, this was during the day on the weekend on Saturday. So we didn't see none of that, but it was really cool inside. As you can see, there's games. It's a fully functional drive-in movie theater. Love it. So here we go. Here are all the boom boxes that this man is selling that he works on. That's mine right there. And he was able to fix my electric mixer in like 20 minutes. We went out to breakfast, came back, it was ready. He didn't even have to ship it, and I picked it up after we had breakfast. So it was awesome. Also, I did know this, but we had just arrived to eat at the Angry Butcher, another butcher restaurant in downtown Phoenix, and there was some kind of F1 Formula Red Bull racetrack that had just finished. I don't know. Crazy, right? Had a good time though. And all this yellow that you see here as we're leaving, driving back towards Texas, these are all poppies that have bloomed. It is so beautiful. I love it.
Hello. Okay, so I'm back. It's been a few days since I arrived back from Arizona, where the whole point of this trip I was telling you, I went because there's specifically a repairman in the state of Arizona that works on these a lot, and he's super familiar with this model. So I think I told you in like my previous video, the previous section of this video where I'm folding clothes, that I found him in a vintage boombox group on Facebook, and everybody was like, he's the guy to go to for this model. He's the guy. So yeah, I came back and I've been using it I've been using it like quite a bit since I came back. I've been going through all my tapes that I had, you know, because when I got this model, the tape deck wasn't working. So there's been some, how can I say, there's been some like finagling, whatever, like ways that I have to get it to work if I want both speakers to come out. Now, I don't think this is necessarily the repairman's thing, because I don't know what it sounded like when the tape deck was working. So this is just one of those things that I'm finding out as everything's working as it should, right? So it's an amazing system. As I was saying, so I've been, let me play you a little bit. So right now I have a tape in there. There are some like issues in and out, but like I said, I have been like messing with it in a way that I can get both speakers to play. Let me turn this up. So right now both speakers are working. See, and they'll go like in and out. So it'll go in and out. I mean, again, I found this in an attic. Its model was made in 1981. That's how old this is. So, you know, I could be tracing the rainbow for as long as I own it. But why keep going in and out of there? It plays for the most part, and it's exactly what I was hoping. I'm playing my tapes now. I've been enjoying them since I got home. I'm just like, I'm so happy with it. But let me tell you what literally just happened prior to me turning on my camera and making this the last part of this video. So I had listened to all my tapes, and like, and again, like my tapes are old, right? So, you know, there could be tapes that are bad. So I'm just kind of going through the pile that I've been kind of hoarding prior to getting my tape player. So I have like a Whitney Houston one. I have a Bryan Adams one that like kind of sort of wants to work, but after a while it picks up. I have my some Journey tapes that also have like issues playing, but I chalk it up like it's just the tape, because some of these tapes that I found were in like crazy hoarder like thrift stores when I go out of town for work. So I kind of figured, but I forgot one thing though, about when the tapes get eaten. So let me tell you, and this is absolutely true story. I'm not lying about this. So the last tape that I haven't, this whole time that I've been enjoying my radio, I had this Rick Astley tape, right? I'm not joking, okay? I had this Rick Astley tape, and I was like, let me listen to this album. I've never heard this album from Rick Astley. It was Body and Soul from Rick Astley. So I was like, let me put on Body and Soul. I'll put this tape in, okay? It started playing for like a minute. I go outside because I'm cleaning my kitchen right now. I go outside to bring out what I put out there back in, and I come back in and I go, did the tape shut off? Like, what happened? Because on some of the tapes, if it doesn't like it, like the tape just stops playing. So I was like, oh, maybe that's what it is. So I pressed play, and the lights weren't turning on, and I said, oh man, what's going on here? So I open the door, and I see that it has eaten my Rick Astley tape, and the tape is wrapped around the pinch roller, which is like this rubber roller looking thing that's inside of the tape. It's wrapped around it, and I was like, oh my God. Because last night I was doing some research. I was trying to find the user manual for this, and it was saying that the people that own this model, that the Pioneer will not tolerate metal tapes. So I was like, I thought it meant like the tape itself, and I was like, I didn't know this was a metal tape. Like, it felt like plastic. So I was like all confused. So like after it wouldn't play, I cut the tape because like, fuck this Rick Astley tape. Like, you fucked up my radio. So I cut it, and I carefully like unwound it from the pinch roller. And then I tried to put in another tape that I wouldn't cry if it broke. So I put in another tape, and I heard like squealing, and then the two little turny things that are in the middle, it stopped moving. And I was like, oh my God, did Rick Astley break my radio? Did I just get Rick rolled by like, I'm not even joking. This is not a joke. Like, this is legitimately what happened. So I'm like over here freaking out. So immediately I make a video call or video message back to my repairman. And I was like, look, man, I've been enjoying it. I just put in this Rick Astley tape, and it ate it. And now I don't know what you call it, the little rolling knobs, they stopped turning, and it's not lighting up. Like, I was literally like, I started sweating in my house. I was getting hot. Like, I was just like, I just got this radio back, dude. Don't let this Rick Astley tape like take it out, right? So then, I send him this. Let me get another tape too. I sent him this. What is it? This video of like and messages of like my problem. So, and then after a while, I was like, I'm moving the knobs, I'm turning them. And this one on the left was kind of hard, and this one on the right wasn't so hard. So I turned it to loosen it, and I pop. Oh, I'm sorry if you hear coughing. My dog is sick. So I did it, and then I pressed play, and it started playing again, and I was like, oh my God. Let me see if it plays this one. This is Whitney Houston. Hannah. So we're back to normal, right? So I messaged him again, and I said, never mind, I got it to work. I was freaking out. I thought I put in a metal tape. He calls me back, and he's like, Sarah, what happened? What happened to the radio? And I was like, his name's Joe, and I was like, Joe, I think I put in a metal tape. It felt plastic, and it was fucking Rick Astley. Rick Astley broke my radio. And he started laughing. He's like, did you get Rick rolled by your tape? And I was like, damn, you're right, I did. It's not even the right album, but I did. But I told him what I did, and now I was working again. So he called me, and he was just like, actually, what they mean by metal tape is that some tapes, like the actual tape, you'll see instead of being brown, it's black, and it has like a metal like coating or like some component of this tape has like metal in it. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's not my tape. Maybe it just didn't like Rick Astley. So like he's telling me, and I don't remember this. I mean, I remember tapes getting eaten when I was younger, but of course, like working tape players were a dime a dozen. So like it didn't freak me out if it if the mechanism broke, I would freak out if it ripped my tape. So now it's the opposite, right? I don't want my tapes. I don't give a damn about the tape. I'm more worried about this radio breaking. So he was just telling me, you'll find that some tapes will only play the left side and then the right side won't come out, which is true, which is I've been learning. But like, I press a button, but I don't see, this is like when you hit stuff and it works again. So I press a bunch of buttons and then I go back to play and then both speakers pick up the tape. But it's actually true. Like I have a Journey tape that I was playing and it starts off ugly. Like I got to fast forward a little bit and then it picks up. So, it's the condition of the tape. He said, even though you get some tapes that are like top of the line, it still will give you issues. So that made me feel a little bit better because what he was saying is like absolutely true of what this is doing with some tapes. Like see now on this Whitney Houston one, it's only playing on the left. I can see the little pin moving. But if I press pause and I go back, it'll play it for a little bit. Let me see. So I'm just gonna, so this is the right speaker. And I have it halfway. Now you can't really hear it. But if I stop it, if I go phono, tape, play, now it's so weird. So I'm gonna turn up the left side. So that's what I've had to do. I've had to like, not hit it, but I'm like going through every single button and then I'll go back to play and it plays the tape perfectly on both sides of the speaker. So it's a very strange thing. It's stuff that I don't remember messing with when I was little and I had tapes. But then again, I took this stuff for granted. Like I could just go buy another one. This I can't just go buy another one. So he also gave, when I went to go pick up my radio, he also gave me a little itty bitty tape player. It's I think it's called a Fairmate. It's a CR312. It's like a little tape player with a radio built in and it's got a clock on it, and then it has like a world clock in the back. It's pretty cool. And he said it was working. When I came home, only the radio works. So I think maybe just like the band and the tape deck got old and it broke, which I told him. He was like, how's the Fairmate working? And I was like, oh, the tape doesn't work. And he was like, what? Last time I went in there, it was working. And but it's been sitting in my garage for like 4 years. And I was like, well, it's okay. I've messed with this enough where I'm confident now that I can, for the little ones, I can change out the band myself. And I do have a bag of bands. If you watch my shorts, I do have like a bag of different size bands that I got off of like Walmart. So I'll try and fix that and see if it works. Because it's a nice little player too. It's real nice. But this one's my baby. So I just wanted to do like my show and tell on this one. And then tell you what the hell happened to me like before I recorded this video. Rick Astley, you owe me a new body and soul, sir. Because you almost broke my Pioneer. But yeah, so this was my adventure to Arizona for the sole purpose of picking up my radio from the repairman. Have it here in my house. This is how I have it displayed. My living room is almost to completion. I recognized the other day, like, this is my midlife crisis. I'm getting my radios back. I have a TV over here. Let me show you. Let me pick this up. Look at this. So I have my regular TV, right? So I sit on the couch right here and I watch like my Netflix and crap. But then the other day, if you want to hear the story about this one, I moved this mammoth by myself. It's like 200 pounds. And it worked. I never even tested it. The lady said, oh yeah, it works. Just come pick it up. I got this one for free. So I have my VCR and then I have my DVD player, which I got from the thrift store for $4. Also works. It's DivX coded. If you want a video about this adventure, let me know and I will. But I was watching Warriors of Virtue on this last night. Like, why did the 90s care about kung fu kangaroos, dude? Like, what the hell? So anyway, so this is my midlife crisis. I have old technology back in my house, but it's fun to me. I think this is the best kind of midlife crisis. I'm not going into debt trying to buy cars or pick up young men and ruin my marriage and all this stuff. I think this is a very safe midlife crisis. So I'm going to stick with that. But I'm so happy my radio's working again, because this could have been a very different end to this vlog about how Rick Astley just broke my Pioneer radio and now I got to take it back to the repairman. So everything's okay. Like I said, I will return with my Temu skirt video that will be worked on. And you'll see the glitter. I will let you know if you watch all my vlogs. I'll let you know exactly what's going on. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.